Hurricane Helene wreaked devastation in the southeast of the United States, killing at least 25 people, with cities swamped and families destroyed. Join us as we discuss the entire extent of Hurricane Helene's impact, learning about the stories of survival, loss, and its aftermaths. At 11:10 p.m. Friday night, the hurricane made landfall for the first time in the Big Bend region of Florida, releasing its wrath onto communities. With the effects of Hurricane Helene being felt in horrific detail, the southeast of the United States has been devastated. The death toll now surpassed 40, with fatalities reported not just in Florida, but also in Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina, indicating a regional impact. 4 million homes and businesses in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia are without electricity, and many locals are preparing for the potential of going weeks without power. As a Category 4 hurricane, the storm made a disastrous landfall in Florida's Big Bend region, before advancing northward into Georgia and the Carolinas. Emergency rescues have been necessary because of flooded homes and roadways caused by strong gusts and unrelenting rain. A family in one moving story had to swim to safety as floodwaters rushed over them, emphasizing the dangerous circumstances many encounter. There is a risk of potentially fatal flash floods and landslides due to the storm surge that reached over 15 feet along sections of Florida's coast, according to the National Hurricane Center. Some locations are also projected to get rainfall totals above 20 inches. Infrastructure has suffered greatly in addition to the human cost. More than 150 highways have been closed and many traffic lights have been broken around Georgia, trapping many people inside buildings. The North Carolina Department of Transportation said Saturday morning that all roads in western North Carolina should be considered closed. According to their post on X, important roadways such as Interstates 40 and 26, which are key routes into and out of Asheville, are still closed due to flooding or landslides. Chimney Rock in North Carolina was almost totally washed out, leaving 6 feet of debris obstructing roadways, while in Steinhatchee, Florida, a storm surge of up to 3 meters moved entire mobile homes. Florida's Gulf Coast was particularly hard hit, with storm surges of over 15 feet in certain regions, such as the Big Bend region, causing widespread damage to homes and infrastructure. Wind gusts neared 100 miles per hour, uprooting trees and causing damage to homes from Florida to Tennessee. Some communities, such as Steinhatchee and Treasure Island, had whole neighborhoods destroyed. At the peak of the storm, around 4.7 million people lost electricity, with more than 3 million remaining without power as of September 28, 2024. Emergency personnel are currently working nonstop to rescue people caught by rapidly rising floodwaters. Buncombe County has received over 5,500 emergency calls since Thursday, with more than 130 swiftwater rescues. An emergency shelter at the WNC Agricultural Center near Asheville Regional Airport presently houses 400 people. There is still a storm surge warning in effect for Florida's west coast, with regions from Indian Pass to Tampa Bay at risk from surges as high as 10 feet. Long-term care facilities, such as hospitals, assisted living facilities, and nursing homes close to the ocean, were told to evacuate by Pinellas County officials. Due to increasing floodwaters in Tennessee, emergency officials were forced to use boats and helicopters to rescue over 50 people from a hospital's roof, particularly in Unicoi County. A flash flood warning for towns and communities immediately below the Nolichucky Dam on the Nolichucky River was lifted Saturday after dam officials reported excessive water flow over the dam as water levels dropped. However, fortunately, at a midday news conference, the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency reported that the dam was no longer in danger of failing. TEMA Chief of Staff Alex Pelham stated that the organization collaborated with the Tennessee Valley Authority to confirm that the Nolichucky is no longer in that state and that there are no dam failures reported at this time. But why does Florida face such a disaster? A perfect storm of maritime and atmospheric elements came together to become Hurricane Helene. The Atlantic Ocean's warm waters, with sea surface temperatures reaching at least 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 27 degrees Celsius, were the first to give rise to it and provided the vital energy required for storm formation. Because of the temperature, water began to evaporate and rise into the sky, where it collected into clouds, which released heat and intensified Helene. Low wind shear further improved the situation since there were fewer variations in wind direction and speed, which helped the storm to strengthen and keep its structure. High moisture levels in the mid to upper atmosphere fueled Helene's quick expansion, and a humid environment was also important. The storm most likely started off as a tropical wave, which is a low-pressure region that serves as the first seed for cyclones, by giving thunderstorms the spin and structure they need to combine into a bigger system. Ultimately, Helene's distinctive spin resulted from the Coriolis effect, which is the result of the Earth's rotation, which enabled it to thrive distant from the equator. All of these factors combined to provide the ideal conditions for Hurricane Helene to grow from a minor disturbance to a powerful hurricane before it made landfall in the southeast of the United States. Recovery from the extensive damage of Hurricane Helene will take a significant amount of time and money. There were hurricane and tropical storm warnings for almost 40 million people across Florida, Georgia, and Alabama, according to the Hurricane Agency. Residents of counties like Sarasota and Charlotte in southern Florida were preparing for Hurricane Helene's approach as a wave of evacuations ensued. Considering the safety of children and employees first, many counties, including Hillsborough and Pinellas, declared school closures in reaction to the storm's danger. Regarding the economy, though, what can be said? The southern U.S. economy has been significantly impacted by Hurricane Helene, with effects felt in a number of different areas. According to preliminary estimates, the whole cost of insurance claims may exceed billions of dollars, since there was extensive property damage that resulted in high restoration expenses as power providers attempted to restore energy to many states, including Florida and Georgia. In addition, the evacuations and closing of schools in significant counties like Sarasota, Charlotte, Hillsborough, and Pinellas have interfered with regular business operations, costing local companies money both during the storm and in the aftermath. The impact is also being felt in the agricultural sector, as severe winds and flooding pose a threat to cattle and crops, potentially increasing consumer prices and hurting local economies. Hurricane Helene also destroyed the tourism industry, interrupting travel plans and destroying hotels, resorts, and famous tourist destinations. The storm caused enormous economic losses, including a significant loss of revenue for Florida and a sharp reduction in Caribbean visitor arrivals. In addition, at least 20% of the Bahamas hotels and resorts were damaged or destroyed. Additionally, the cost of emergency services, rescue missions, and cleanup initiatives has grown for both local and state governments, taking money away from infrastructure projects and other critical services. The economic effects of Hurricane Helene will probably be felt for months, if not years, as towns start the arduous process of recovering. The airport's operations have been canceled for the day, with officials thanking everyone for their patience while dealing with this unprecedented natural disaster. Helene was one of the most damaging storms in modern history, with damage estimates ranging from $95 billion to more than $100 billion. However, the most frequently asked question among the civilians is when it will end. Nobody is aware of the solution yet. Though Helene is now a tropical storm instead of a powerful Category 4 hurricane, it is still moving northward over the southeast, causing havoc and damage in her wake. The National Hurricane Center issued grave warnings of life-threatening conditions that continue to hover over the area, as violent winds howl and torrential rains pour down. Even though the storm was just 3 miles southwest of Bryson City, North Carolina, at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, it was still quite powerful, with sustained winds of 45 miles per hour. Forecasts indicate that Hurricane Helene will continue to affect the southern United States over the weekend. This includes heavy rain, strong gusts, and the potential for tornadoes through Friday and into Saturday. According to the most recent reports, the storm has lessened in strength but is still dangerous, especially in the Carolinas, southern Georgia, and northern Florida. As Hurricane Helene advances inland and impacts regions as far north as Indiana, forecasters expect severe inland floods and devastating winds. Residents in the impacted regions are urged to be alert and heed local instructions regarding safety and evacuations as the storm intensifies. How much more do the victims of Hurricane Helene have to suffer? How much time will it take for a full recovery? Will the agricultural damage caused by Helene lead to long-term food shortages or economic impacts? Do let us know your valuable thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and press the notification bell so that you can be the first to watch our new video. Please help me reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. See you in the next video.